XRP has seen a huge surge over the last few hours. In this video, we're going to be jumping down into the technical analysis of XRP to see exactly what's been going on and what I would expect to happen next. As I get into this video, if you find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all the notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with absolutely everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And if you haven't yet joined us in Discord, the link's in the description down below. It's a fantastic community talking crypto 24/7. It's completely free, and I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find down there. So why not go ahead and check it out? Okay, let's get right down into this, right? XRP paired up with USDT here on the hourly chart. Binance is our data source. And as you can see, we had this huge surge this morning just over here. We're kind of pushing through this this supply zone that we had marked out, right? This is a previous area of resistance up here, and we were kind of struggling to really stay above this for any long period of time. Okay, also pushing up as high as we have done has kind of put an end to any kind of ideas of head and shoulder patterns and things like that. So it looks pretty good. Now, obviously, there's a lot of reasons and lots of speculation as to what's going on with the SEC and with Ripple, and a lot of FOMO activity going on here when it comes to XRP. Some of the technicals in the background, though, do not look as strong, but we'll walk through what is going on here right now so that we can be prepared for what might actually occur next. This is actually a really good setup at the moment, so it's looking pretty strong. So we should be thinking about some kind of progression to the upside, at least on the shorter time frames. Okay, so let's go break down into this, right? So you can see that during the FOMC meeting, we came right down to this previous low demand zone just down here, right? So this was a really strong place for XRP to find some good buyers who are willing to kind of pay for XRP and really help drive that price back to the upside. Now, with the DXY dropping down the way that it is, you do see cryptocurrencies moving on up. So let's go ahead and just quickly check that. Let's go ahead and find my macro. Just bring this up here. And what we'll do is we'll just come over to the DXY just to see what's going on in the last little bit here. And we'll bring this down into the hourly and just expand this up just a fraction. Yeah, so there you go. So you can see that the DXY is coming down a bit here over the last couple of hours. And during those moments of coming down, you can see cryptocurrencies moving up. So in the case of XRP here, this is being really driven like this, for example, through a couple of different factors. It's not necessarily that there's a lot of demand coming in for XRP. I mean, I think there is. There's definitely some FOMO activity there, but it's also being compounded by the strength of the dollar. Okay, so as that dollar index drops down, your index of your XRP asset goes up as well. So you're getting a kind of a double whammy here, which is good. It's good for the price action of XRP, but it isn't sustainable. And this is one of the things that we have to kind of be a little bit cautious with. So not just XRP, many other assets are also moving to the upside as that DXY drops down. With XRP, you have the additional FOMO that also helps drive it. And as people who don't fully understand what's going on with the DXY, the dollar index, they might look at this thinking, oh, it's my opportunity, I'm missing my opportunity to buy XRP and so forth, and they might start even more FOMO, which compounds that issue even further. So let's go ahead and talk about this. It's quite clear that it's impulsive. Don't know where this is fully going to end at the moment. I would say this is looking like a wave 3 structure, which means we look for 4, then 5, but hard to say exactly where this wave for 3 is actually going to end. Typically, it would be 1.618 of this move, but we've already kind of surpassed that quite heavily. Up here, the 2.618, that could be an interesting point. So possibly, maybe, if, 49.19, that could hold. If not there, then you're probably talking 3.618, which would be up here a little bit higher. And I'll mark this up, yeah, just here at 50.82. Okay, so those are going to be your kind of two kind of key areas. Personally, the 2.618, the 49.19, that would be the better one to kind of aim for, because that will allow us to cool off and push up into that higher range. Now, when we start to kind of think about where we were previously, that kind of higher range here, this is going to be interesting to see some kind of resistance up in this range. Okay, additional supply is going to kind of have to come on in. So let's go ahead and think about where this is potentially going to be heading, right? So we're not going to get a good structured point from here until we kind of see wave 3 finish. And so it's probably better off to actually focus in on everything that's going on over this side here and find out where the major kind of supply was coming in, what was dragging the price down. And this one here is actually really interesting. And so I'm going to go ahead and draw this little line in here. or this little box, and I'm going to drag it across, right? So this is going to be the interesting zone, and actually it is quite high. It's right up here at 50.82. So it could be that this is actually where we're going to find the rejection, and because that is going to be an interesting area of supply that was previously up in this high range. There's a lot of stuff around in this lower area, there sure is, but I think this is the one that's going to really play the most to XRP here. So do watch out for that. Some fantastic things that are going on here, but don't get caught out. Don't get too greedy. If profits are being made here, I think it's important that we kind of reflect on the short-term movements and actually capitalize on them where we can. This is a bear market after all. We are not in a bull market, despite what the mainstream media want to tell you. Now, of course, it's worth noting where we are with momentum. We're overbought on the 1 hour. We're overbought on the 4 hour. We're almost, I think, overbought on the 8. Let me just check. Almost overbought on the 8-hour chart as well. We are overbought on the weekly chart, and the daily chart is actually progressing up quite a bit in the last little day here. So not confident long term. Long term, this market on XRP looks like it needs to come on down, and we should be preparing ourselves for that. Okay, so just bear in mind that it's great to see the things in green. It's great to see the profits there. But if you don't take the profit, you may regret it later when price retraces. Specifically, when we're on a macro weekly time frame looking so heavily overbought, we have to appreciate that there is going to be a moment in time where profits are taken and the market cools off. And you want to be on the right side of that, in my opinion. Now, do bear in mind, I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you financial advice. I can only tell you what I would do personally, given the data as I see it here in the charts. And so for XRP, I would be very, very concerned over this weekly time frame. Let me just bring this up a little bit so you can see the structure here. Should we bring this down just a fraction? Right in here, right? So you can kind of see we've had all these kind of bounces going on here with XRP. Now, let's bring this up here and talk about where we were, right? This is the last time we were overbought. Up here, okay, we were at 94 cents. Now we're over here and we're overbought, right? So we are significantly lower in price, but equally in overbought territory. So we should expect some kind of move to the downside. Now, I wouldn't say it's going to be exactly the same drop. That's not how this momentum indicator works. It just tells you that actually you run out of momentum to the upside, and a push to the downside is highly likely in the kind of the macro kind of landscape here. So be thankful for the smaller gains that you're having on the hourly chart, because I do think that they will come and they will go. But for now, you do enjoy that. But be mindful, guys. Just be mindful that the macro picture isn't as good as the micro picture. So zoom out if you're ever in doubt. So I'm going to leave this video there. It would be interesting to kind of see whether 50.82 is the turning point for the price action of XRP, and whether or not that's going to be a fourth wave down and a fifth wave up higher before complete collapse. It'll be interesting to kind of see how that plays out. But yeah, do enjoy the green days. They are great, but just be mindful of the bigger macro landscape, guys. With all that being said, if you have found this useful and informative, hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, tap the bell, and join us down in Discord as well. Guys, until the next one, have a fantastic day.